Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, I'm feeling a bit guilty. It was all because I was sitting in the car in High Street down in Devon, in a place called Harlington. I was just sitting there, and I was actually waiting for the post office to open because it was stuff to send. And I like to go early in the morning to try and avoid all the arseholes that frequent the post office, and you know the people in the queues, and they've always got something to fucking complain about and moan about, and then what turns out to be a 5-minute task takes half a bloody day. But anyway, I was sitting in the car and just waiting. I seen this guy walking past. He just caught my eye line, and he must have been about 100 yards ahead of the car on the pavement. Slips in this big dog shit. Now, it's something I've complained about quite a lot in the past about Harlington, that there's a lot of dog owners that aren't picking up their shit. Well, I hope to God it's the dog owners not picking up the shit, or maybe it's the dog's not picking up their owner's shit, I don't know. But anyway, he slept on it, and it was a beauty, I mean, it was really, it was up the side of the shoes and everything, He didn't fall over, but it was that big extended stride because the lead foot was away, you know what I mean? And you could tell it was a bad one because it sprayed up the back of his trouser leg. And I felt guilty, and I'm thinking, I've not stood in dog shit for absolute years, And I started to feel guilty. And I've had my incidents with this type of thing in the past. McDonald's in France being probably the most famous one. I mean, seriously. Swap the towels and everything, you know what I mean? But seriously, I never thought it was going to stick that much to the towel. But I won't go into it, but it put me off wearing sandals for years, so it did. But so I've had my incidents, like we all have, but I did feel guilty thinking, you took a bad one there, so you did, that's going to affect your day. And I did, I felt guilty, and I thought, what can I do to repent, really, because I watched this and I laughed, and that added to my guilt and everything else, and I thought, well, what can I do? What can I do? And I need to repent, I need to kind of, absolve my sins. So I thought, right, okay. So I got myself an equivalent of dog shit in a can. So today we're reviewing Cruzcampo. Now, it will all become apparent once I explain why I class this as a kind of equivalent of dog shit of beer. Madry's another one, all this kind of stuff. It's something that, it isn't really, it claims to be something and it just isn't, just a lot of bullshit. But this, it's more dog shit than bullshit. So we're doing Cruzcampo. Now, a little bit of history. Cruzcampo is the biggest brewer in Spain. And it produces Cruzcampo in two different kind of formats in Spain. This isn't really the same, because this is just Cruzcampo Sevilla. But in reality, they do Cruzcampo Galicia and Cruzcampo Especial. So they do. That's the two formats they actually do in Spain. And one of the major things is this is Spain's most popular draft beer. So if you get into most bars, you should be able to get Cruzcampo. So you can. In fact, the last time I came across, what I thought I'd come across Cruzcampo on draft was actually when I was clearing up my dad's house. I was up in Scotland after he died, and I was up there with my sisters, and we were kind of clearing out the house, and we thought, right, we'll go out and have a couple of beers, because we worked quite hard today, and we'll just go out and have a few beers and that type of stuff. So the first place we hit was a place called the Queen's Hotel, and went in there, and they had 3 taps. They had this, Penance, and Guinness. So the woman says, what do you want? Oh, well, there was 2 guys and 2 of my sisters, and I'm like, well, I'll have a Guinness. You want a Guinness? Yeah, right, we'll just have a Guinness, because I don't want any of the other 2. Don't want this dog shit, and I certainly don't want Penance. You see. And we ordered some gins for my sisters, and I turned my back to take the glasses over the gins over to my sisters, and I came back, and the lassie was just finishing off pouring 2 cans of Guinness into the glasses, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? You know, what's that about? You've got a fucking tap there. But this is the problem. A lot of pubs nowadays, with the price of beer and just because of the sales and things like that, they still have the tap from when they used to be able to buy it in a keg, but it's just not viable to buy it in a keg because it doesn't last as long, so it's actually cheaper to buy it in a can and pour it from the can because, again, it's got a longer shelf life and things like that, so they're not wasting so much beer, which I can understand from a business point of view, but from a customer point of view, Jesus. So basically, out of the 3, the only one that's kind of semi-acceptable, in my view, is the one that's not even actually on bloody tap. I wonder if they actually even had Cruzcampo on tap. They probably would have tenants, for God's sake. But anyway, yeah. So that kind of highlighted it to me, thinking, avoid that. But the difference is with this one is this is actually brewed in the UK. So it's got nothing to do with Spain whatsoever, to be totally honest. And of course, it's now brewed by Heineken. It used to be the Cruzcampo kind of brewery and everything else was actually owned by Diageo. And then they sold their stake, so it's now basically done under Heineken. And where's this one brewed? Is it going to tell us? But it is brewed. It's brewed in Edinburgh, so it's a Broadway Park brewery in Edinburgh. So that's where it is brewed, and it's only 4.4%. Now, if you look at the original stuff from Spain, the Cruzcampo Galicia is 5%, and the Cruzcampo Especial is 5.4%. So it's supposed to be Seville, as you can see. It's not, it's Edinburgh. And it's 4.4%, so it's not even the same product in any way, shape or form, let's be totally honest. So that's why I call it dog shit in a can, because it's a con. Just one big con. But how does it taste? Shall we find out? I'm taking one for the team here. I'm taking one for the team. But it's because of my guilt with that guy. I'd like to know his name and I'd probably, give him a shout out and things like that, but I wasn't going to stop and say, oh, you with the dog shit, what's your name? I just need it from a video, I probably would have got, I'm quite justifiable, but anyway, let's get it pulled. You with the dog shit. Oh my God, look at it. It's fizzy piss. It's fizzy piss, look at it. Oh, in the name of God, look. Bubbles on it like a fucking prawn cracker, look at that. Jesus. You don't know like a prawn cracker, but look at the state of that. Fuck me. Seriously. I suppose Guinness at a can. I think I want to watch that night. At the time I didn't think so, but I think so now. In fact, I was there with John Morris. Now, there's a name dropping. So he's donated some nice beers in the past. In fact, I've still got a couple of the beers still to do. Traquair beers. So they will be coming up fairly soon. But he was there with us, so he enjoyed a nice can of Guinness. Seriously, there's a point of going to the pub and they give you a fucking can. Seriously, what is it? And of course, even then, you look at it, you think, Jesus, it's still better than this piss. Which, of course, the head's now buggered off in this. And another thing, apparently there's shouts. It was Independent did an article, and I don't read the Independent because they're arseholes, but apparently some female arsehole in the Independent basically saying that we should be dropping the pint now. It's antiquated. We should be basically like our continental cousins and basically drinking kind of 3/4 of a pint is the maximum size of glass we should be drinking beer in, because it just makes a far better experience for drinking. You're like, shut the fuck up, seriously. Anybody that talks about the size of the glass and the volume. Now, I know I turn around and say that about bottles and things like that, but it just makes it just more uniform. I mean, I'm not getting a pint in a 500ml bottle, so I'm not going on about that. But at the end of the day, if you're going out to a bar, it's more traditional to have a pint, and for drinking ales and everything else, a pint actually works quite well. If you want a nice ice cold lager, then depending on how you're drinking it, if you're not drinking it fast enough, then it might go up a bit in temperature. Let's be totally honest, with ales and things like that, it's usually not too bad. Plus, ales are quite easily drinking because traditional ales don't have that much gas, so it's quite easy to drink. But when you think is, why do we have to basically drop our panties and give up things to be the same as Europe? If Europe wants to do something, then that's fine. Let them bloody do it. But at least respect our traditions and just allow. Why do we have to change things just because, well, we've always done it this way. Why don't we change it? Why not? Why not just leave it? It's fine. Everybody seems to be quite happy. And then, of course, was it the Times Radio on YouTube? They had James May, of all people, kind of commenting on this article and, should we actually be drinking beer in smaller glasses and everything else? Which is a bit stupid because he's a publican. He owns a pub. And let's be totally honest. I mean, what does he want to do? Does he want to sell 100 half pints in a night? Or does he want to sell 100 pints in the night? Well, seeing as he's going to be making more money on the pints than he will be on the half pints, because he's selling more volume of beer, so technically he'd be all for the pints anyway. So it's a bit of a stupid person to ask, really. Why not ask people that actually kind of drink beer that don't actually make money from selling beer? And then, of course, you'd have a far better kind of answer and action for it. But, yeah. But he did make one good point. He says it doesn't really matter because if the beers were smaller in the glass and things like that and I'd be drinking less volume, then I would just be going to the bar more. Because people drink to their own levels. And that's true. I mean, that's one thing I will give them. People drink to their own levels. So some people are happy with 4 pints going out. Some people are happy with 6 or 7 pints. Some people want more. And depending on what volume it is in the glass, people will just basically buy more glasses or less glasses, depending on the size difference, till they get to their kind of required kind of level. And that's what happens. So again, it's just all this nonsense. And it just annoys me that they're obsessed with us having to be like Europe, because apparently everything Europe does is so bloody wonderful and everything that we do is shite. Well, I'll be totally honest. If I had the choice of a nice good English ale or a beer from the continent, picked from any country, whether it's Belgium, Czech Republic, Germany, Italy, I don't give a shit where it's from, I would rather have the good quality English ale. There you go. That's the reality. So in my view is they do nice beers in Europe, but you can't beat a good cask beer. You really can't. Unfortunately, I'd like to include Scotland with that, but unfortunately, it's few and far between. We've lost a lot of our good quality beer making, and our good quality beers, a lot of them. I mean, there is the odd one or two, but let's be totally honest, there's a far bigger variety and quality down in England, so that's just reality. So anyway, to get back to this, it's a kind of first piss in the morning colour. It's kind of dark kind of straw colour, kind of golden colour. Smell, grain, and a kind of strange smell of grain as well. Doesn't smell so natural. It smells like it's kind of sourness to the kind of grain smell. It's almost like kind of sourdough bread kind of smell. And that's it. And look at it, no head at all. Look at the state of that. And that was a nicely clean glass because I actually went and cleaned it. So let's see what it tastes like. Fucking hell. Yeah, take one for the team, boys. Jesus God, and girls. Oh, that's fucking dreadful. So it is. Seriously. That's worse than dog shit in a can, it really is. Fucking hell. seriously, people buy this. There's nothing really there that's appealing. There's a kind of grainy taste, a slight kind of alcohol taste. There's no real sweetness there, there's no real anything there. It's just, that's just shit. It really is just shit. And I'm sure there's probably people that watch this and think, oh, it's wonderful and it's great and it's marvellous and that type of stuff. And you go, girls and boys, you go, you enjoy that. You know. But yeah, it's price-wise, if I remember rightly, I have to buy a 4-pack of this. I offloaded 3 of the buggers actually, because I gave them away. Sneaked them into little sheer boxes that I did. Although I shared it with people that I didn't actually quite like, so I don't think Adrian got one, I don't think John got one, but I think some of the other buggers got them. But yeah, it's £6 for a 4-pack. £6, seriously. I can't even drink that, seriously, that's just piss. Right, anyway, let's get the flavours done. It won't take long. Right. Start off front of the mouth, not really much there actually. You get a little bit of grain, you're not tasting any kind of malt, and there's no real sweetness, so it's just a kind of isolated, kind of slightly greenish. When you join the mid-tongue, and you start getting this bitterness over, this kind of slightly chemical bitterness in the mid-tongue, which goes along with the kind of greenish kind of flavour you're getting, which then just gives you this kind of chemical, kind of soury, kind of grain flavour, which is what I was smelling with the aroma. Yeah, no sweetness, no nothing else. And then it just kind of gets to the back of the mid-tongue, transfers into the back of the mouth, and then just dissipates and fucks off. Really, no real quality finish there or anything, apart from maybe a slight linger of this kind of chemical kind of edge to it. And overall, it's absolutely bloody dreadful. It really is absolutely dreadful. I don't know how people can drink this, I honestly really don't. I mean, seriously, it's just utter piss. I mean, I'm not going to say that the Spanish stuff's going to be groundbreakingly wonderful, but I can't even remember when last time I had it in Spain. It'd be years and years ago. Excuse me. But I'll be totally honest, for what I can remember, it was okay, nothing brilliant, but it definitely was nowhere near as bad as this. I mean, seriously. They produced this in Edinburgh, did nobody taste it? I think, well, that's alright. People love that. I mean, is that honestly what they're fucking saying to themselves? Is this what they're actually putting down on paper? And I tasted this batch, it was to the same standard as usual, fucking wonderful. So it's been signed for packaging, you know what I mean? It was like, wait the fuck, seriously. Utter piss. And look at it, it's dead in the water as well. No, that's just rubbish. So anyway, what would I give this out of 10? Well, I called it dog shit in a can at the start of this review. And it surpassed that. I would say it's even worse than dog shit in a can. It really is. It's just utterly fucking dreadful. So it's overpriced and just overly manufactured, processed piss. It really just is. That's what it is. And I think it's absolutely dreadful. And I certainly would not recommend it. I would definitely tell people, do not spend your money on it. I certainly won't spend the money. In fact, let's be totally honest, right now after drinking this, I wish the guy that actually slipped in the dog shit actually fell face first into it. I mean, fuck you. I mean, this is where it's got me, you arsehole. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's 4.4%. It's, I think it's a 440ml can, so they're doing you a favour, I think, actually, yeah. 440ml can, so they're doing you a favour, so you don't have to suffer half a litre of the piss. It's 4.4%. What can I give it? The lowest score I can give it is 1. Fuck it, half. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck it. I mean, I can't really give it a half, really. No, it's got to be between 1 and 10. So yeah, 1. It's the lowest. It's shit. If I could give it 0, I'd in fact, fuck it, 0. I'm going to give it 0 because it's just utter shit, overpriced, utter shit. It's got no bearing on what's sold in Spain. It's just an absolute fucking con from start to finish, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it in any way, shape or form, and I certainly will not be buying it again, unless it's for somebody else that I don't like, really don't like. So anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. What's your for dog shit? And bye for now.